Alright, so, hello, everybody. It is time for another share on our Tuesday. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. My brain's... For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Aradia, your resident witch and creatrix over to Ready's Hand and Today's Divine. And on Tuesdays, I like to do a little thing called hauls or shares or loot lists or happy mails or any... It's sharing. Sharing is caring. Yay! Anyway, the whole point of these particular shares is to share things I've gotten from my work, whether it's my art business, my witch business, things for my business in general, things I've gotten for other people, things other people have given to me. And then most recently, also things from loots, like things of very personal nature to me, things that interest me, don't necessarily relate to my business, but it does relate to me, and it is something that I thought you might find interesting, because if you like the things that I make, you might like the things that I like. So, there we go. But I am your resident witch and creatrix over to Ready's Hand and Today's Divine, where I create myths, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And ta-da! Today's a loot list. I've been doing a lot of those lately because I have a heck of a backlog. And this one comes from right before the holidays. So it does involve, it is technically a happy mail and a loot list because I got something for somebody else in here as well. And then in the coming weeks, I'm probably going to share another strictly happy mail that I actually made on this day. And then another loot list on the same day, because bargain shopping is what we do. So without further ado, here we go. First up, I got a bunch of pop figures, or dolls as I like to call them, because they're not dolls in the proper sense of the word, but they're dolls, right? They're dolls, people. That's what's going on here. And I'm realizing I forgot to find the link for one. And what I have found is not all of these are super easy to find. So we're going to give this, that is the regular one. Like, oh my gosh. That one's the grumpy one. That's the one I saw. Don't mind me. That is not the one I saw. So they don't even have the one I have. Oh man, that sucks. So we'll start with those two. Incidentally, these are these are Happy Meal. I could not find links for either of these because they don't have them on the site anymore. And we're talking about Legendary Chalice and let's have to do this. That makes more sense. Legendary Chalice, and then one of the Kumromis. This Kumromi is number 88, so it's like early on in the series of shows, and this is 314. Now, to give you just like an idea, one of them I've got in there is 1,791, so 1791, which means they have gotten like hundreds, now literally thousands of these things at this point. So these are both for the BaeBean. The BaeBean loves playing Cuphead. I actually got it for myself on my Switch because I'm like, this looks interesting, and she loves playing it. And of course, because she loves the good girls and the bad girls, she loves Chalice. So I saw Chalice when I was out, and I knew that I had to get it. And then she has been into Kumromi, and Kumromi is your classic bad-ish guy, you know, for a kid show. She's cheeky, and she's got a little mini Kumromi doll, and that's so freaking cute. Like, oh my gosh, look at it, little mini Kumromi doll. So that's really exciting, and I really like that I was able to get those for her. I've considered getting the My Melody, but I don't know that she really likes My Melody, really. And I think the only reason she might like it, if she does like it, is because it's pink, and that's just like a thing. So there's that. Now, to round out my Five Nights at Freddy's, I found this, and I was like, oh my gosh. Now, I didn't realize that they had Glitch Trap and Vanny, which my child is also into this, because of course she is. I didn't realize they had Glitch Trap and Vanny. And so those are also on my list now too. And then DJ Music Man, which looks like a weird spider globe. Like, it's weird looking. It's disturbing. But that's also why I like it. So this is from Help Wanted 2. This is one of their game versions. And then to make it even spookier, we have the bent neck lady, which if you've seen A Haunting of Hill House, she is a very like ongoing character. I love spooky stuff, so of course one of the last shares I did is I had all of the Universal monsters, so Frankenstein, Dracula, the Bride of Frankenstein. I feel like this would be a silly pop, but it would be really awesome if they had one at the door, because the door is like a big, it's not a character, but it's a major piece of the story, right? And then we have Sewing Sally. Now, I did find Sewing Sally, but there's also a Sewing Couture Sally. So she's got a bigger dress. But this is regular Sally. She's just sewing her arm back on. And honestly, I got it because I sew. And so anything I can find of like anything doing something. So I have like Gamer Angel is one of my, I don't know if I've gotten around to sharing it or not. If I haven't, I will share it in the future. If I have, I will link it below. I honestly can't remember this point. But, one of the things is anytime I see like a character doing something I do, like knitting or sewing or crocheting or whatever, I like immediately want it just because it's because of the action it's doing, even not that. Now, that said, I do love Nightmare Before Christmas. I do love Jack. I don't have any Jack stuff really. Like the most Jack I have is the notification sound on my phone. It's just Jack saying, "What's this?" But surprisingly enough, the only thing of the movie that I actually have is I've got the soundtrack where it was the dual soundtrack. So they've got all of the actual songs from the movie and then modern artists playing the songs from the movie, which I thought was cool. And I could not help myself but to get Perry the Platypus. So this is Perry the Platypus, not to be confused with Agent P. Agent P is standing up on his 2 feet and has a hat on, because that's Agent P. This is just Perry. And every time I see him, I like literally hear the weird sound it makes in my head, and it's just the funniest thing to me. So I had to get him because it's not that I grew up watching Phineas and Ferb. It's just, it's so freaking cute. Now the last little bits this was an almost no, but I love pins. I have a lot of pins on my bag, and I always need another pin. And anytime I can, again, find a character either that is meaningful to me or is doing something like this. Meow Meow is reading. I love reading. Yeah, so this is one of the Unicornos, Tokidoki, and this was an exclusive from Barnes & Noble, but she's dressed as a cat. She's wearing purple, and she's reading a book. Like, how could I not? And so now I have a new pen. And this was a last minute buy. Because, right, we all know, if you walk around the store, right, and you go to the front, there's always those things at the front. And, like, places like Barnes & Noble and Books A Million, like, any store, even grocery stores have this stuff. They have those things at the front of the store. This is a trap. And I'm like, it is a trap. And so I have emergency crow sounds. And I will play all of them for you because I'm terrible. That's the murder. That's an angry crow sound. That's a rattle. And there's your standard caw. And oh my gosh, I couldn't. I'm going to be utterly just annoying with that at work. Yeah, because it's funny. And I'm really mad that my little buddy who was at work is no longer there, because he would have gotten a kick out of it. And so now I'm going to have to send him a voice note of all of those terrible sounds, because it's the best thing that I've ever heard. And I think it's great. And I'm really excited about it. So that's it. But some of these are for holiday stuff. I've got another share coming up with another holiday gift item that I got for the BaeBean that I'm just really excited about, because it's also a little bit of nostalgia for me. And it's just really neat for your kiddo to like stuff that you like, or appreciate things that you like grew up with or understand, because you know you're old and you can't relate to them. But no, really. But it's really important to me to like get stuff that, you know, people like when I do get other people things, because I don't like to give gifts just to give gifts. Like if I get you something, I want it to be something you're like, oh my god, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. That's the energy that I want you to have about whatever it is I got you. And so yeah, it's really important to me for that to be like a thing. So I try not to give things frivolously. I try to like have thought about them and have put some energy and you know, thought into it, and see this thing and it makes me immediately think of you, and I'm like, oh my god, I need that. I need that. I need it because it's so cute and I love it. But other than that, like that's it. Yeah, let's see. And all this was brought to you by a trip to Second and Charles. So with my internship having taken up last semester, I did not get to see the BaeBean very often. And so the minute my internship was done, like we were going out and just doing stuff and just walking around and going places just to actually be able to be around each other. And sometimes it's just meant we like went and walked a store, because as an adult, that's like what you do. Is you go and walk stores. What else are you gonna do, right? They're not really a movie human, and I'm absolutely like a movie TV human. And so our compromise is I will go walk stores and flit about with you, and you will sit on the couch and watch things with me, and I will be like, E, and you'll be like, E, and everybody will be like, E, and that's just what it is. But that's it, really. So I'm very excited, because what's going to happen is now I have more things. The funny thing is, every time I get a pop figure, I'm like, okay, we got to rearrange the desk now, because I've got like a situation going on, right? I just added the Universal Monsters to the family a little while ago, and now I've got these guys. There's also the Creature Commandos that I'm on the lookout for, because they are also monsters. And there's not really any others that I'm like super into. Like I laugh every time I see the chicken nuggets, but I'm not like really like a huge fan of McDonald's, and like I was not as a kid either. Didn't like really get into it. And so there's that. And then yeah, I've got all the Freddy's ones that I added, you know, several weeks ago. And they're going to have their own little spot. And I'm going to be working hard to try and like get my hands on like the rest of them. But other than that, I mean, that's really it, right? That's really it. So, yeah. Yeah, me living close to a Second and Charles is probably like the worst thing on the planet, because I want to go there and like get all the stuff all the time. So my question for you is, what is the last cool thing that you got for yourself? Do you collect pop figures? Do you have any just at all? And do you collect anything else? I would love to hear from you. You can drop a comment below. If you'd like to see all of these things like individually, you can 100% scroll into the post below. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that link at the top, and then you'll send you over to my Patreon, and you can see the whole post and all the pictures and everything. And also linked below, my website, my social media, where you will probably see me in the wild with these things, you know, when I do project time and when I'm doing studio shares and whatnot, because I will tour my setup here and there. I'm probably going to do a studio share of the pops maybe a couple of times, because I keep getting them and so I keep having to like rearrange them. It does require me to have my desk clear, and right now it's as of the recording it's so that is it. That is everything. I'm trying to hurry up because I'm gonna run out. Big secret, I'm gonna run out. No, really. Gosh, that's it. Is that it? That's it. That's it. That's it. No mas. I feel like that's like everything. It really is everything. Like, I don't really have anything else to really share. Honestly, no. Honestly, Austin. But yeah. So, what are we doing tomorrow? That's the important question. Whoa! Oh, tomorrow is a Celtic Tree Month. So, for those of you who are at a higher patron level, I can't recall off the top of my head. I really need to like memorize those so that I can like make these references properly. But if you are at one of my higher levels, you will be able to tune into our Celtic Tree Month. You should be able to view the things and find out which one it is. Honestly, I'm just like a space cadet like right now. Like, my brain is tired. I have a lot to do, and I'm kind of behind on everything, and I'm wearing my cat suit because I've been wearing my cat suit because look at my cat suit the minute I'm like off my day job. And so yeah. Anyway, we're gonna be doing that. So tune in or join so that you can tune in tomorrow. We'll be talking about art, magic, what you're not, and some extra special pieces that I only share on those posts. And other than that, that's it. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye, my lovelies, and I will catch y'all the select farewell tomorrow. Toodles.